Before we dive right into Windows 8, we should discuss what you'll need in the way of hardware, as well as the different editions of Windows 8 you can choose from. Firstly, you should know that Windows 8 will work just fine on the same hardware that powers Windows 7. Now, ideally, your processor is going to be at least 1 gigahertz or faster. You'll need a gigabyte of RAM for a 32-bit installation and 2 gigs of RAM available for a 64-bit installation. Your hard drive, you're going to need some free space, 16 gigs for a 32-bit install. You'll need 20 gigabytes of free space for your 64-bit installation. An ideal graphics card might be a Microsoft DirectX 9 graphics device with WDDM driver. And there are some additional requirements if you're going to use certain features like touch, for example. Of course, you're going to need a tablet or a monitor that supports multi-touch. If you're going to be accessing the Windows Store and downloading and running apps, you're going to need an active internet connection and a screen resolution of at least 1024 by 768. It's going to need to be even higher if you want to use cool features like snapping windows to the side of your screen. In that case, you're going to need to bump your resolution up to at least 1366 by 768. Now, Windows 8 has been reimagined, and this also applies to the editions you can choose from. Microsoft has made it a lot easier for customers to know exactly what edition will best suit their needs when they either upgrade their current computers or purchase new ones. We'll begin with Windows 8, which will be the right choice for most consumers or home users. It's going to work on your standard x86 64 computers and tablets, whether you're using a touchscreen keyboard and mouse or all of the above. And those who go with Windows 8 Edition will experience a newly updated Windows Explorer and Task Manager and better support for multiple monitors. You'll even have the ability to switch languages on the fly, and that's something that was only available in the Ultimate and Enterprise editions of previous Windows versions. Windows 8 Pro is ideal for tech enthusiasts and business technical professionals who need a broader set of Windows 8 technologies. It includes all the features in Windows 8, plus features for encryption, virtualization, PC management, and domain connectivity. Also, the Windows Media Center is available as an economical media pack add-on to Windows 8 Pro. So, if you're an enthusiast or you want to use your PC in a business environment, you'll probably want Windows 8 Pro. Windows RT is the newest member of the Windows family, also known as Windows on ARM or WOA. This single edition is only available pre-installed on PCs and tablets powered by ARM processors. Windows RT won't run traditional x86 64 desktop software. Instead, it'll run touch. If you haven't already installed Windows 8 or purchased a new PC with Windows 8 already installed, this next movie is for you. Microsoft offers some upgrade options you should know about, so let's explore upgrading to Windows 8 now. We'll begin with pricing. Of course, pricing can change at any time, but at the time of this recording, the cost to move to Windows 8 from previous versions of Windows is quite attractive, in my opinion. You don't have to pay for Windows 8 at all if you decide to buy a computer or device with Windows 8 already installed. It's kind of free, although I'm sure you can consider the price for the hardware does include a nominal fee for Windows 8. If you already have your computer and it's running a previous version of Windows, you can upgrade online to Windows 8 for a mere $39.99. If you want the DVD, though, you can buy the upgrade in-store for $69.99. And it's even better if you buy or bought an eligible Windows 7 PC between June 2nd, 2012 and January 31st, 2013, because you'll be able to upgrade to Windows 8 Pro for only $14.99 in that scenario. You'll just need to register for the upgrade offer before the end of February 2013 to get this pricing. Now, Microsoft also has some special pricing for upgrading from Windows 8 to Windows 8 Pro. So that's a quick overview of the pricing. But it's also important to consider what will happen to your current configuration when you decide to upgrade to Windows 8 from your current Windows installation. Let's take a look. First of all, if you install the Windows 8 release preview and you've been working with Windows 8 for a while now, what you get to keep when you upgrade to the full-blown version of Windows 8 is pretty much nothing. your files will be saved in a folder called windows.old. And it's the exact same thing if you already have Windows 8 Developer Preview installed. When you go to upgrade, look for the windows.old folder for your old files. Now, if you're upgrading from Windows 7, it's a little bit different. You can keep your programs, your Windows settings, user accounts, and your files just the way they're set up. When you're upgrading from Windows Vista, you get to keep your Windows settings, user accounts, and files. And if you're going to be upgrading from Windows XP, you get to keep your user accounts and your files. So that's a quick overview or a quick look at what you're in for if you haven't already upgraded to Windows 8. In the previous movie, we learned how you can keep your user accounts, programs, Windows settings, even your files when upgrading from certain versions of Windows to Windows 8. That's on the same computer. But what if you want to move files from one computer, maybe running a previous version of Windows, to a new computer running Windows 8? There's a tool called Windows Easy Transfer we're going to look at to help you do that right now. Now, of course, I'm in Windows 8. If you're in a Windows 7 computer, you can find Easy Transfer by going to your Start button in the bottom left-hand corner and searching for it. Here in Windows 8, I go to the bottom right-hand corner where I'll find my search charm. And from here, I'm going to type in Windows Easy. And you can see already over here under Apps, there's Windows Easy Transfer right there. So however you access it, go ahead and run it. And this is kind of a wizard-based application that's going to help you transfer files from one computer to another. And there's a number of different options involved. So let's go through them. First of all, you can see from the welcome screen here, we can transfer user accounts, email, documents, all your internet favorites, for example, videos, music, pictures, and a whole lot more. So let's move on to the next step by clicking the next button. So how do we want to transfer these items to our new PC? There is something called an Easy Transfer cable, and if you have one, you'll have it plugged in to one computer and plugged into another computer that will be the destination for your files. You could also use a network if you wanted to. So if you are connected to a network, use a network drive and a folder location. Or here's a popular one, use an external hard drive or a USB flash drive, and that's what I'm going to select. I have it already plugged into my computer. So when we select that, we now have to choose what stage of the transfer we're in. Are we going to be grabbing our files to be transferred? In other words, this is my old PC, my current PC where I want to grab the files and settings from. Or am I at stage 2, where I want to actually take those files that I've already transferred and put them into my new computer? So let's go to the very first step, which is this is my old PC. This would be your Windows 7 PC, for example. So it's going to run a check. It's going to see what can be transferred. You'll see your current user account. You can see mine. I've set up a dummy Hotmail account here. And it's scanning my drives and my different locations. It's also going to look at my shared items, see what it can find there that can be transferred. And in the end, I'll get to pick and choose if I want everything or parts of that. So let's give it a second to scan, and we'll continue from there. So depending on the size of your drives and the number of files and settings you have, that could take a few minutes. It could take many, many minutes. And also depends on the speed of your computer as well. But eventually, you'll arrive at this screen where it will display, first of all, at the very top, a check mark next to your user account. And you'll see the size of the files that have